Queerty in 2005 was of a different era. Quick reminder, this is before the Housewives, before Drag Race, before the iPhone, before Twitter. This is, in many ways, a lifetime ago when you think about the internet.
When I discovered YouTube, I didn't work for 5 days. I did nothing.
I'm David Hauslaib, and in 2005, I founded Queerty. What me and my team really set out to do was create something that we wanted to read ourselves. We wanted it to have a voice that didn't really exist yet online for the LGBTQ community. I found an amazing launch editor in Bradford, Shellhammer, and we developed a launch strategy, which was, pretty much by the seat of our pants.
I'm Bradford Shellhammer, and I was the first editor of Queerty, which was a long time ago. Back then, there was this subculture of bloggers, of which I was a part of, and a lot of these were like what I would call fabulous nobodies like myself that just built followings where tens, hundreds of thousands of people would show up and read things about our daily life.
There were awesome publications already out there like Toll Road and Joe My God. I think the Belonsky project was publishing. And we wanted to create something with a little bit of a different voice. Before we had the internet in our pocket and could respond to everything at once, you could really build a new digital community that queer people wanted to be a part of.
I met him online.
Online for what?
My name is Andrew Belonsky. I was at Queerty from 2006 to 2008. So when I got there, I really thought the website could be like a magazine in terms of having original features and give the gay perspective on mainstream news, mainstream topics, things like that. The difference between Queerty and the other outlets, magazines at the time, is that we were just a little more in your face and silly and irreverent, but we still had a lot of heart and soul. We had a mission. So a scandal from that era that brings me back to my Queerty years. There were a few good ones. Larry Craig in the airport, that was pretty amazing. Anna Nicole Smith's death, that was crazy. That was actually very sad. It was also the 2008 election, which isn't really a scandal, but that was really just like such a magical moment. It felt like this turning point in America.
My name is Japhy Grant. I was the editor of Queerty in 2008, 2009. When I started at Queerty, this is like the golden age of blogging on the internet. There were a lot of other blogs out there, and Queerty was sort of the loudest of all of them, I think is probably the best way to put it. My vision for Queerty really was to make it the place that people came to talk about the gay issues of the day, where anyone could come and see themselves reflected. The story that really takes me back to my Queerty years is Prop 8. When I started, we had just lost Prop 8 here in California. And there was this sense of like, we as a community had failed in this really big way. And what could we do moving forward? And how do we actually win at the polls, win elections, win rights?
Hi, my name is Dan Avery. I was managing editor at Queerty from 2011 to, I think, 2013. When I was starting at Queerty, it was still a bit of the wild, wild west. With the internet, we didn't have, SEO optimization strategies the way we do now. So it was a lot of going with your gut about what kind of stories would work. We had started to build up a reputation, certainly with entertainment and celebrity gossip and all that, but even with some hard news stories. And I just ran with that. And I threw myself in writing. Coming from a mainstream media background, I really leaned into trying to get interviews with or having the rep for somebody promote something as well so that a story could really reach its furthest potential.
Back rolls.
I'm Gremore, and I started writing for Queerty way back in 2013. And over the years became staff writer, editor, and then editor-in-chief in 2022. When I became editor-in-chief, we really wanted to create a space that acknowledged the challenges and the division that we were experiencing, but to give readers and visitors of the site a place where they could come and remember all the great things, too, about being LGBTQ+. What we've been really intentional of and what we've really done a good job at is looking at the whole LGBTQ+ community, every letter under the umbrella. When we made a point of really amplifying different voices beyond what we were used to hearing, that's when the site really took off.
Good night, everybody. Showbiz.